Hello and welcome to another collection update. Yes, now recently I went to Birmingham Comic-Con on the 18th of March this year, where I met some fabulous Doctor Who guests, and I'll be showing you the autographs from that event there and some lovely pictures of the guests I met as well. But yeah, this is sort of a general collection update showing you the merchandise I picked up as well. So the way this video is going to work is I'll show you some miscellaneous stuff, DVDs, Big Finish, book bundles. Then I'll go on to the Birmingham Comic-Con stuff. Now I did pick up this Target hardback book, and when I tell you the price and you find out what book it is, then you'll be quite amazed by it, and that'll be shown at the very end of the video. This Target hardback will be revealed. So without further ado, let's look at the first item. So kicking off with figures, we have the two brand new 12th Doctor action figures from Series 9, and I'm quite surprised to have these at the minute, because Forbidden Planet International, the place I ordered these from, delayed the stock until the 31st of March, and the date of recording this is the 25th of March, so they've come a week early, which I'm very happy about. So you can expect a review on both of these figures. It will be a joint review because they're essentially the same figure, just with different paint apps. So yeah, that'll be an upcoming video very soon, but I will say this, these are some of the best figures character options have produced in a long. So for DVDs, I got the Doctors, the Jon Pertwee years. Now, some people have been asking me, what exactly is this DVD? Now, it's basically all the Mythmaker interviews, sort of revolving around the third Doctor era. So we've got John Levine, Caroline John, Katie Manning, Nicholas Courtney, and Richard Franklin, and of course the man himself, Jon Pertwee. And I would say definitely check it out. It's fantastic. You're getting 6 hours worth of entertainment, and the Jon Pertwee interview is particularly interesting because it explains how he managed to keep all his velvet jackets and frilly shirts, and it's the most relaxed interview I've seen John do, actually. So yeah, it's very cool. Another DVD, the final DVD I got, and it seems quite a popular one, and understandably it is the Series 1 Steelbook. Look how gorgeous that is, and it is a thing of beauty. Yeah, apparently if this sells very well, which it has been, it's been in Amazon's bestsellers, then they will consider doing the rest of the new series in the Steelbook format. Obviously Series 9 does have is in Steelbook format, and is increasingly rare. It's quite a rare thing to pick up the Series 9 Steelbook, but yeah, the Series 1 Steelbook is magnificent. Just love the artwork, and is definitely a great Now on to audios. So I picked up the final story from Baker's End, Tattoo Boggle. Haven't listened to this yet, but I'm very excited to listen to it because I've just absolutely adored Baker's End. And yeah, apparently Series 2 is going to be commissioned, because it's just, honestly, check Baker's End out, it's magnificent. So now on to sort of the Doctor Who audios, the Big Finish sort of stuff. I picked up two Doctor Who Unbound stories. I picked up Sympathy for the Devil, which I have listened to, and it is magnificent. It's basically the what if the Doctor wasn't UNIT's scientific advisor. It's got David Tennant playing quite this sort of aggressive UNIT soldier, which I really do like, and David Warner's Doctor I just absolutely love. I mean, I've listened to the Bernie Summerfield Unbound box set, and I've just fallen in love with that, and a review of that will be out shortly. And the other David Warner Unbound story, Master of Earth, and it's basically the Doctor travelling around with a retired brigadier, so it'd be very interesting to give this one a listen. Now, Big Finish did have a sale on the Charlie Pollard stories, and I picked up one story because I've got all the other ones bar her own spin-off. So this is the last story I needed to complete the Charlotte Pollard main range stuff, which is kind of sad because Charlotte Pollard was my sort of first original companion I listened to, and it is Blue Forgotten Planet, the last story she featured with the 6th Doctor. So yeah, look forward to experiencing the 6th Doctor and Charlie audios, because I haven't actually experienced any yet. I've only experienced the Red House. Now March's big release for the month was obviously the concluding part for Doom Coalition 4. I'm not going to say anything for this, but I am going to put a little annotation on the screen now so you can check out my review of Doom Coalition 4. And of course I will be overviewing the Doom Coalition series in the future. Sort of other Big Finish sale items, I guess. Now, Big Finish had an offer on the First Doctor Companion Chronicles, or First Doctor story should I say, by pumping in a code FIRST20. You got a 20% discount on some First Doctor audio. So of course I took advantage of that, as you do. I ordered 4 audios. I ordered the 3 Companion Chronicles I'm going to show you now, and I pre-ordered the First Doctor Companion Chronicle box set 2. So the first Companion Chronicle I I'm going to show you is Mother Russia. Yes, a Peter Purves companion chronicle, and I'm going to say this now, Stephen Taylor is probably my favourite First Doctor companion. I just love Stephen, he's just a great companion, and yeah, I've been intrigued on this story for a while. It's by Mark Platt, so you can't really go wrong. And yeah, I'm going to say this now, I do prefer Peter Purves' First Doctor impression to William Russell, but William Russell does do a good Hartnell impression, but I do prefer Peter Purves, and I'm sort of enjoying all of Stephen's audios at the moment. I'm just listening to quite a few because I'm on a sort of a Peter Purves buzz. So the second story I picked up, quite a bizarre one I guess, Tales from the Vault. The reason I picked up this one is I met all three guests. I met Daphne Ashbrook, Peter Purves and Katie Manning, so I thought, yeah, I'll order that because it's got all three in. So I ordered that just the night of Birmingham Comic Con, so I ordered that when I got back from the convention. Can't get my words out today, but yeah, very interested to give this one a go because I think it'll be very interesting, and it's by Jonathan Morris, so you can't go wrong. And the last companion chronicle I'm going to show you is a William Russell one, The Time Museum, by James Goss, and I do like James Goss's writing. But yeah, this one's interested me for a long time, and I think it'll be a very interesting story. And the final two audios to show are my subscription audios. So we've got the Fourth Doctor Adventure with Silent Scream, which I'm very excited to listen to because it's by James Goss, and yeah, it seems to be getting very good reviews, and Series 6 seems to be like a very strong series so far. So yeah, I look forward to giving that a go because that's one of the most anticipated from Series 6. And the unframed story, Zoltis, the final story in the season 19 TARDIS Crew trilogy. And yeah, quite frankly, I'm not looking forward to this one because Matthew J. Elliott, I haven't enjoyed his last 7th Doctor story, what he did, which was Maker of Demons, which I didn't really enjoy. But saying that, I didn't really enjoy the 7th Doctor and Mel trilogy as a whole. But yeah, this seems to be getting very good reviews, so it'll be interesting to see where I fall in that category, whether I love it or whether I hate it. So kicking off with books, I got Who on Earth is Tom Baker, an autobiography. I picked this up in a little antique shop by me, and I got it for £3.50, so that's very cool, and it's in practically mint condition. It's very cool, like the pages are very stiff, it's like it's never been read, so that's very cool. And for £3.50 you can't go wrong, and it's one book I've been after for a while because I think Tom Baker tells such magnificent stories, so I can only imagine the autobiography is going to be full of witty tales. Two Virgin Missing Adventures. So we've got The Romance of Crime, which the Big Finish adaptation was good, but I've heard the book is a lot better, so I look forward to experiencing that with the Fourth Doctor and the Ogrons again, and apparently it's meant to be quite a brutal book, so yeah, it'd be very interesting to experience that. And the final Virgin Missing adventure is The Sands of Time. Yeah, it's quite interesting, the 5th Doctor seems to get all the 4th Doctor sequels because this is obviously a sequel to the Pyramids of Mars, but yes, it's a very exciting book nonetheless. Book bundles, yes. Now this bundle I'm going to show you is quite a bizarre book bundle because it contains 1 EDA and 2 PDA. So the EDA is War of the Daleks. Yes, this is going to be quite a continuity fest book, and I think this is the first book to feature the 8th Doctor and the Daleks, so it'll be very interesting to give that a go. And yeah, it's going to be quite a controversial book to see whether I love it or hate it, so it'll be very interesting to see where I fall in that category. And the PDA books are the Infinity Doctors. Yeah, this is the only PDA I believe to have the embossed Doctor Who logo, which is very nice indeed. But this book is very much left ambiguous to who is the Doctor within this. You know, some people say it's an alternative First Doctor, and others say the 8th Doctor because some of the text sort of feature in this sort of indicate the 8th Doctor, so it'll be very interesting to see who I think it is. And the final book from this is the Roundheads. Yes, was reprinted, should I say, back in 2015. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to give this a go. Apparently it's going to be quite a Doctor-like the other bundle story, which is basically a 4th Doctor PDA sort of collection bundle, which contains Last Man Running. Yeah, this is going to be quite a good story for Leela on this sort of jungle planet, so yeah, it'd be very interesting to give that one a go. And one of the reasons I wanted to get this bundle was for Millennium Shock, I think it's a prequel or a sequel to System Shock, so yeah, it'd be very interesting to give that a go, a very sort of cyberpunk story. And the third book from the bundle is Eye of Heaven, which is done quite bizarrely. It's done in the style of a diary entry, and yeah, not many people are a fan of that sort of style of it, so it'll be very interesting to see what I make of it. So yeah, and the final book should I say, from this bundle, should I say, is Asylum, where we see the Fourth Doctor reunite with older Nyssa. This is set after Terminus in the point of Nyssa, and was sort of the book what really interested me to get this bundle, because I just love Nyssa. So yeah, maybe quite a controversial book by Peter Darvill Evans, not a well loved writer, so it'd be very interesting to see if I love this now book. On to quite an amazing book bundle. I managed to get this bundle for 18 quid, containing 10 PDAs, some 6th Doctor and some 7th Doctor PDAs. So kicking off with Storm Harvest. Yes, I've listened to Dust Breeding, and yeah, it was a pretty good audio, and it features the Krill. This is their first story and their appearance, so I look forward to giving that, because it seems to be quite a fan favourite PDA book for the 7th Doctor. And then we have a 6th Doctor 1 Players, what was reprinted back in 2013 for the 50th anniversary one. Yeah, I don't know too much about this. Features Winston Churchill, I believe, by Terrance Dicks, so you can't go wrong with good old Terrance Dicks. And we have Prime Time. Yes, I believe this is part of a trilogy, and I've got to say it's got quite an interesting cover with quite a creepy thing. You know, what is that? What is that? Yeah, I know who the villain is within this, and it does seem like a very interesting one. It does seem like it will be good to resolve what happened to that character within that story. Then we have another 7th Doctor one, where we see the 7th Doctor reunite with Sarah Jane Smith. Now this is meant to be quite a controversial book with the events of what happened within this book, so be interesting to see what I make of it. Good old bullet time, but yeah, seems like a bit of an interesting book nonetheless. Then we have I believe this is the 2nd book from the trilogy, Heritage. Yeah, I'm not sure what links this trilogy up, but I think it's in with another 7th Doctor book. I'm not sure what the 3rd one is in the series, but yeah, don't know too much about Heritage, but it's got quite a bizarre cover, and it kind of freaks me out a bit. Then we have a 6th Doctor book. We have Shadow in the Glass with the 6th Doctor and Hitler and the Brigadier. What a combo. But yeah, again, this was reprinted for the History Collection, so be interested to give that one a go. Next up is the final PDA, Atom Bomb Blues. Yes, this sounds like a very bleak and dark story, but according to the reviews, it's quite an underwhelming one to sort of finish the PDA range. Obviously, this wasn't meant to finish the PDAs, because they did have some more planned, but just seems a bit crazy that this sort of ended on that. But it is by Andrew Cartmel, so be very interesting to give that one a read at some point. Illegal Alien, a one I'm just looking forward to. A lot of people have said you need to read this. You know, it's the 7th Doctor, the Cybermen in World War II. What a combination that is, and it just sounds fantastic, and I look forward to experiencing that. Mission Impractical. Yes, this seems like a bit of a jokey book. 6th Doctor and Frobisher, Savlon Glitz, Dipper and the Ogrons. And explains what happened to Dipper, because the Doctor doesn't really question to Glitz in Dragonfire, where's Dipper? So it sort of explains what happened to that character. So yeah, very interested to give that one a go. Yeah, by David A. McKenzie. Sounds very interesting. And the final book from that bundle is The Hollow Men. Yes, I am very excited to give this a go, because it just sounds like a traditional 7th Doctor creepy story. It just sounds like it's got a rich atmosphere. It features a returning classic monster, but it just sounds incredible, because I haven't been much of a fan of the 7th Doctor lately, sort of gone down my book since some of the big Finish stories, but this just sounds phenomenal, and hopefully it can redeem the 7th Doctor. Now on to individual books I picked up. I picked up Vampire Science. Yes, this is meant to be a very good book. Apparently it's sort of a bit like Project Twilight, and if you know me, I love Project Twilight, so yeah, very interested to see the 8th Doctor and the vampires. Yeah, sounds like a very creepy story, and I look forward to that. We have another EDA, one of the most popular EDAs, Alien Body, so yeah, it'd be very interesting to give that a go, and it does have a redeemed classic monster from the 2nd Doctor era, so I look forward to seeing how they are portrayed in this book. Now onto the PDAs. We have Spiral Scratch, the 6th Doctor regeneration story for the books. Be interesting to give this one a read and see whether I prefer The Last Adventure or Spiral Scratch, or if I ever get Times Champion, read that and see which I think is the definitive 6th Doctor regeneration story. So I look forward to giving that a whirl at some point. Last of the Gadarene. Yes, I had to get this. I mean, I have read Last of the Gadarene, and I do own Last of the Gadarene with the reprint, but I just had to get this for the PDA collection because it's a magnificent book. This is probably my favourite Mark Gatiss story he's done. It just captures the 3rd Doctor era brilliantly, and it's one of my all-time favourite Doctor Who books. I just love Last of the Gadarene. Magnificent book that is, and I highly recommend it if you want to get into the 3rd Doctor books. Corpse Marker, yes, a rather interesting one, a sequel to The Robots of Death, one of my favourite 4th Doctor stories that is. Yeah, by Chris Boucher, the person who wrote Robots of Death, so I look forward to giving that one a go because I do love Robots of Death. And we have a 5th Doctor book, Superior Beings. I always thought this was a 6th Doctor book, but it turns out to be a 5th Doctor book. Yeah, don't know too much about this, but it is the 5th Doctor and Perry. But yeah, it'd be interesting to give that a go. And the final book, and it's kind of interesting, this book has become the rarest PDA, and I managed to get it for £8, which is an absolute bargain, and it is Warmonger. Now the reason this has probably gone up in price and rarity is because it featured in Doctor Who magazine in the 70s special, because it does have a 70s monster in it, and it does have quite a few classic monsters sort of having an alliance together to defeat this monster, which I don't know how I feel about it. Apparently this is sort of Terrance Dicks having an off day, and it does sound like that, and the 5th Doctor is more portrayed like the 6th Doctor than the 5th Doctor, so yeah, sounds like a bit of a mess of a book, but I'm very interested to give it a go, Warmonger. So kicking off with autographs, we have Katie Manning. Now I don't actually have a print signed by Katie Manning, so I thought I might as well get a print signed by Katie while she's there, because I've normally got the Vault and the Mega signed by Katie Manning, so I thought I'd take advantage and get a print signed by her. And she was telling me a lovely story about this photo, because this was the first photo her and John had took of them together, which is very cool. And she recognised me, so that's kind of what does that say about me and Katie Manning? I've met Katie Manning quite a few times for her to recognise me, but yeah, I absolutely love this print. I met Daphne Ashbrook, who was absolutely lovely. Got this lovely print signed and the Vault signed by her, and yeah, absolutely love Daphne Ashbrook, brilliant. Of course, Billie Piper was at Birmingham Comic Con, so I did take advantage and get her to sign this print and the Vault. So yeah, it was absolutely chock-a-block to meet Billie Piper. Like, the queue was just a mile long, and that's not an exaggeration. But yeah, got to meet Billie Piper, and there's a lovely photo. I'll put a digital scan in. And the final guest I met at Birmingham Comic Con was Peter Purves, who was an absolute delight. I mean, you know, when you talk to a Doctor Who guest and you're saying about a certain story, and the good thing with Peter Purves is he remembers every episode he's done, even the Big Finish ones he's done, because he was talking about some of the upcoming ones that he's done. Because I was talking about that I listened to the Sontarans on the way up there, and he was chatting to me about that, and it's just really great because he just remembers everything that he's done. And I'm gonna say this now, I think Peter Purves is my favourite first Doctor companion. I just love Stephen Taylor. So yeah, I got him to sign that and the Vault, because I wanted a photo and he didn't have any change. He said, oh, I'll bung in another autograph for you. So I essentially got this autograph for free, which is very cool indeed. So yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, Peter Purves, if you get the chance to meet him, please do, because he's really down to earth, and you get a nice little discussion from him. So yeah, now on to the rare item, what I picked up at Birmingham Comic Con. Now on to the rare Target hardback. Now, when I tell you the price I got this book, you'll be kind of staggered by it. And it is the Pyramids of Mars Alan Wingate hardback edition, which I got for the price of £5. I got this book for £5. Now this is the 4th rarest Target hardback what you can get, and for me to stumble across it for a £5 is unbelievable. I mean, at that convention they did have quite a few of the Target hardbacks for very good prices, and this was for a £5, and it's in very good condition indeed. Yeah, absolutely love that, and I'm quite surprised actually, because this is the first Target hardback I've got. I mean, I'm not going to start getting the Target hardbacks now. I'm only going to get them if I see them cheap, really. But to have this for a £5 is brilliant, because On the 12th of March, this sold for 62 quid. So I got it for a fiver, which I'm very happy about. So this is my first sort of rare bargain of 2017. So I absolutely love this. And yeah, Pyramids of Mars, absolutely classic 4th Doctor story. And look at Sarah Jane, absolutely badass. And yeah, Pyramids, probably one of my favourite 4th Doctor stories out there. And yeah, absolutely magnificent. And to get it for a fiver is even more of a plus. So yeah, that's the only thing I picked up at Birmingham Comic Con, but it certainly does make up for a lot of things. So yeah, Doctor Who and the Pyramids of Mars, Alan Wingate hardback. There we are. So that concludes this collection update. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video, which I will be a review of the Contingency Club, the new 12th Doctor figures, or the Silent Scream. It'll be one of those three. But yeah, to close this video, I'll show you some of the photos of me meeting the guests of Billy Piper, Peter Purvis, Daphne Ashbrook, and good old Katie Manning. So there we are. Hope you guys have enjoyed this collection update, and I'll see you in a review. So thank you very much, and goodbye.